Are we recording? Yes, okay. Hello, hi, how are you? I hope you're good. It's been a while, I know, I'm sorry, but today I'm here with a book review on a book that I read recently-ish, close to a month ago, about a month ago. But I wanted to film a book review on it because I loved it so much and I want more people to read it if you haven't, so do that. Okay, I'll link it down below. Anyway, that book is The Terror by Dan Simmons. This is a book that I had been wanting to read for so long because I really wanted to read the TV show, but I wanted to read the book first, so yeah. But I read it finally and I'm happy because now I get to watch the show. This book took me so long to read, close to a month, but so incredibly worth it. Before we start talking about the book, let's talk a little bit about Dan Simmons, the author. This guy right here, do you see? That's him. So Dan Simmons is a really well-known writer, though not to me because this is the first book that I've ever read by him, but he writes a lot of fantasy, science fiction, and horror, and I think he just dabbles a bit into everything. His most popular series, I think, could be wrong, is the Hyperion series. I'm kind of intimidated by those because there's so many and I don't know. But I do want to read more Dan Simmons because I enjoyed The Terror so much. So if you have read anything from him and you have recommendations, let me know. Thank you. Moving on to The Terror. So The Terror is Dan Simmons' attempt at explaining to us what he thinks could have happened to the Franklin expedition of 1845. This expedition is, I'm going to summarize it for you so well, but these two ships, the Erebus and the HMS Terror, they thought, hey, we are going to find the Northwest Passage. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be the best thing ever. So they sail through the Arctic, finding the passage, or so they thought, but what happens is they get stuck in the ice. They get stuck in the ice because it's freezing and it's cold and they're stuck and they can't move and escape or go home or go wherever they want to go. But they think, oh, it's fine. They're hopeful in the beginning. They think the ice will melt and we'll be able to move along our merry way. Everything will be great. Also, they think they're fine and dandy because the ships are stocked with loads of food and whatnot. So, you know, they're very hopeful. But time passes, 2 years, and they're still stuck, and they say to themselves, well, shit, we're this is not good. We're stuck. The ice hasn't melted. Rescue hasn't shown up. This isn't good. This does not look good. And on top of that, Dan Simmons throws in this mystical monster thingy out there on the ice that you don't really know what it is, but it's slowly taking out the crew members one by one, and I won't say more with that because spoilers, but this book is terrifying. And in real life, with this expedition, no one survived, right? Some bodies were found, but no one was ever seen again. So Dan Simmons is kind of explaining to us what could have happened to these crewmen, and it is just terrifying. The title of this book is perfect, being called The Terror. It is a terrifying novel in the sense that the writing is so atmospheric and it's such a bone-chilling read. It is so gripping. I couldn't put it down. It's very detailed. Dan Simmons put so much effort and research into this, and it shows so much in this book. It's so well written. I think some of the most interesting things about this book was reading about the crewmates as they were slowly deteriorating in all different ways, whether that was from illness like scurvy or lead poisoning, or if it was psychological, just them slowly losing it, being stuck here is a terrifying thing. These freezing temperatures, them succumbing to just the worst parts of their humanity. It's like they slowly lost themselves. They slowly turned against one another, and it's just mind-boggling the things that people will do in order to survive. And that was just so uncomfortable to read about, but it's just I really, really enjoyed it. What else did I want to talk about? I wrote some notes, but not many. Did I talk about when this was published, by the way? It was published in 2007, and this edition was 766 pages. There you go. What else did I want to say? Oh yeah, okay, so you really need to pay attention with this book because this jumps around in time a lot. It's not chronological, it jumps like in its timeline all over the place. So pay attention. You follow a lot of different point of views, whether that's from just some of the random crewmates or the captain or the ship doctor. Super interesting. And the doctor's POV was really interesting because you get to read from his journal entries, and I love books when they have like the entries like that, so that was really cool. One thing I want to talk about with the real life expedition of this, so none of the crew were ever heard from again, but the ships were finally discovered. I believe in 2014 the Erebus was discovered. 2 years later, in 2016, HMS Terror was discovered, which I think is so cool when new things are discovered. But yeah, The Terror by Dan Simmons is just wonderful, amazing. It's great. You should read it. I really enjoyed it. It's just one of those really unsettling reads, but it's just so worth the read. So I highly recommend it. I think I rambled on a lot with that. I forgot a lot of things, but that's fine. Have you read this? What are your thoughts and opinions? If you have you seen the TV show? Did you like it? I hope you liked it because I'm gonna be watching it soon and I hope I like it. Yeah, okay, I'm gonna go. I hope you guys have a great day or night wherever you are, and I will see you in another video very soon. Bye.